Well, certainly a great win for our guys. Really happy for my players. We've had some close losses here recently, and I've said many times I think we're playing better than our ACC record, but I think our league is good, and I don't think it's getting the credit it deserves in some ways. And we haven't finished some games, and today we were able to do that. Obviously, the great start, probably as good a half as we've played all year, was the first half. And then we just held on. The crowd was great. They got some life and came back at us, certainly, but our guys finished, which was really nice to see. So really happy for my players. We've been working really hard, and they've stayed connected and stayed positive through some of the adversity. And I got a lot of great kids in there, so I'm hopeful that you keep working, good things happen to good people. So today was that day. Questions for me?
Brad, what did you think about the guys' composure? And you were just talking about they hung on, but
Yeah.
kind of when you were in huddles in these moments.
Good. No, we've been good most of the year. Sometimes we've made some poor plays. Sometimes we've had some tough breaks. We've had a shot or two go in against us in the waning seconds, and we've had a couple chances to win one. Obviously, against Virginia, we had the ball in the back of the rim. You're 2 inches shorter and we win. And so the outlook is completely different. And that's one of the things I told our players is try to encourage them that we're playing better than our record. If we can just build some momentum, that we've proven that, we won at Alabama, who's winning the SEC. We just knocked off Carolina. We've played Duke to the last second on other people's court. So I think, that takes composure. It takes good basketball play. And we certainly aren't playing perfect and didn't tonight, but we played very well for most of this game.
Coach, it felt like in the first half, you guys had a really good control on the game, and then Carolina came out with a very up-tempo style in the second half. Felt like they got into a rhythm that they wanted to be in. What did you do from your defense that impressed you to help keep the game under control?
Well, we mixed in some zone, and I thought it helped us at times, and at other times it wasn't as effective as we would have liked. I thought we competed, and I thought our offense helped our defense. We only had 5 turnovers. You turn the ball over and take a lot of bad shots, and Carolina's going to get out and run against you. I thought we had a good mix to our offense. Certainly, we had a lot of threes early. But I thought we were cutting and moving, and the ball was moving extremely well. Thought we got tired at times. And then North Carolina, came after us, which they're going to do. And I mean, this environment is hard to play in. The crowd was into it really because we jumped on them. The crowd's like, wait a minute, we better help tonight. And they did. And so we had to withstand all of that. And, we're very fortunate to get the win. North Carolina's playing unbelievably well. Hubert's done a great job. So this was a terrific win for us.
How important was your work on the offensive glass? Because especially against that team, the way they rebounded.
Yeah, no, it was important. And that's what Ian Shefflin does. PJ does a good job of it. One thing we do is we always have somebody under the basket almost all the time. Not all the time, but a majority of the time. And other times we have guys coming to the basket. So, it's a little more of an emphasis with our team, even more this year than last. And obviously it helped us for extra possessions, free throws, getting fouled. I was proud of the way our guys played at the end. I thought we were pretty aggressive. We got downhill on some plays, got some fouls, got some offensive rebounds, but didn't just settle.
Coach, how proud were you of PJ, and how crucial was it for him not to pick up that 4th foul in those last 12 minutes?
Yeah, it big. I mean, I was really upset with him on his 3rd foul because I thought it was one of those one-on-one blockouts that he didn't win. And obviously he's a load. I mean, he's a tremendous player. But he's got to try to win that for us to win these games. And so obviously we talked about it when he was sitting down and coming over, and, PJ's an unbelievable kid. I mean, he's a terrific player, but he's a better person and kid, and he wants to win so bad. And I think that's part of why he's not shooting the ball well, is he's putting so much pressure on himself to help carry this team that, I've tried to just tell him to relax and enjoy this. And today he played much freer. Once he saw the first one go in, he was outstanding.
Coach, another game just down to the wire. You've seen so many of these, the past couple of weeks. just to actually, get that close out, the big win, just how proud are you? How happy are you?
Yeah, I think we always forget about, we had 2 games early in the year, UAB and Davidson, in a tournament that, we didn't play as well, and UAB had us beat, and we won on a late drive and foul and big free throws for our guys. And then Davidson, we won by 3, and they had a couple threes at the end and missed. And so then you have some games that you lose at the end, and people kind of forget that, hey, we have won a few now down the stretch. And our guys know that. We remind our guys of that. But certainly when you haven't done it recently, it feels good to make some plays down the stretch. Our guys made some plays on both ends and made a couple big free throws, and minus PJ's last pass there, I don't know what really he was thinking. But we beyond that, we were pretty good.
Towards the end, the Tar Heels, they kept on just getting really close to you guys, but Clemson just seemed to hang on. What led to that? What led to you guys?
Our guys just playing. Good play and will to win and confidence and poise. Again, I think our guys have hung in there. There's a lot of good teams. There's not much difference between all of us, right? We're 4 and 6. Carolina's 3rd in the country. And I don't even know what place we're in. It's not good. And but Georgia Tech has beaten Clemson, Duke, and North Carolina. There's just a lot of really good teams in our league, and it is hard to win. If you don't have one of your main guys play well, or if you have a bad shooting night, or the other team has a good shooting night, like we did to start. If I'm North Carolina's, these guys haven't made a shot in months, and now we made a bunch in the first half. That's sometimes basketball, and I think that's hard for people to understand that. Sometimes we're shooting 30% from 3 in league play. We shot almost 40 in non-league. It's not a lot different, right? The games we're losing, if we just make one 3 and 2 threes in some, we could, the Carolina game, the first game was back and forth game. It was almost 55 all with a couple minutes to go. We're 1 for 18 from 3. We can't make a shot. And so some of it is basketball, and some of it is just, convincing your guys to hang in there and keep battling. And, it's hard because the kids want to do well, and, they're down. And, but they've done a really good job of coming to practice and still trying to work. We've continued to try to keep them positive, and certainly this helps a lot because North Carolina's a terrific team.
So the historic nature of this second win in Chapel Hill, your reaction to that?
Yeah, I'm just really happy for my guys. The first one is different. The second one, now we're just playing basketball. I didn't have any questions. I haven't had questions in a couple of years, which has been nice. I used to get questions in the summer, not even the week of the game, but in the summer, not only from media, but from the Clemson fan base. And so to kind of put that behind you, is good. Now it's just playing basketball.
Jack Clark back in the starting lineup. Is that just back recovered from injury?
Yeah, he's practiced enough now to kind of have a better feel of what we're doing, and he's rebounded the ball. And we knew in this game we needed more rebounding. He had 8 rebounds against Virginia. He had 7 rebounds today, I think. Those are critical. 7 defensive rebounds, second in rebounding on the defensive end behind Ian. So, he's an older, more mature guy. That helps. Chauncey played, pretty well, made a big shot. Thought he did some good things. Our bench has to help us, and they did tonight.
Any more questions for Coach?
Hey, Coach, I got one. It's Trevor from CUTigers.com. Just how special was it to have, you had 3 of the top candidates for ACC Player of the Year battling it out tonight with PJ and Armando and RJ. They all scored in the 20s. PJ led all 3 with 25. But how special was it to have a game with those guys going against each other?
Yeah, they're all tremendous players. I don't think those guys are thinking about that. Obviously, at this time on either team, both teams are just trying to win games and do whatever they can to help their teams. They're all first team type players. There's no doubt about it in terms of productivity and what they mean to their teams. And obviously they played like that tonight.
And my other question real quick is I think PJ, Ian, and Art and Godfrey all had 2 fouls at halftime. How much of a concern was that with your front court?
Yeah, it's a concern. Obviously, part of the zone helped us just modify that a little bit. Physical inside team with Armando. So there's going to be contact. And then we're going back at him too. I mean, that you have to go make him play defense. You got to put the onus on the referees to make sure that they're calling it the same way. And so we were attacking with both our guys inside, all three of our guys inside as well. And I thought it was, it was a good game, interior game for all kinds of players. And a lot of plays were made down there.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.
All good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just curious from your perspective, how much extra do you think your guys had from the recent trip up to Tobacco Road, particularly Ian and the way that game ended at Duke?
Yeah, obviously Ian played poorly in the last 2 minutes. I don't know that it was extra motivation or anything like that. I think there's a confidence that comes from playing in tough environments against really tough teams like North Carolina, Duke, Alabama, and playing well in those environments. It gives you confidence the next time. Certainly our guys are competitive guys. I don't think, we don't think we didn't lack confidence. But the boost in the way we started is the jolt that you kind of need. You kind of need something like that to just reassure you a little bit. I think that helped everybody tonight.
All good?
Thanks, everybody. Okay.